Alright, we're getting into Gen 7 now. Yeah, Gen 7. Yeah, we'll do the Tapus first, then we'll go back to these guys. Sorry, guys. We're gonna skip around a little bit. Tapu Koko. Fairy and Electric type. Electric Surge, probably the better ability. I've seen this... I think I've seen this used on electric mono teams. Basically, as soon as it gets switched in, it sends out electric terrain. The problem is, it can't... There's like an electric... It can't use, what's that one electric attack? It's got a good electric attack, so don't worry about it. Yeah, so it uses electric surge, it causes electric terrain. Electric and fairy type, its only two weaknesses are ground and poison. It can use Thunderbolt, it can use Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, those, and then it can also use Volt Switch to switch back out. Yeah, if you're going to run a mono electric team, Tapu Koko is essential. So yeah, probably better to go special attack as far as what most people suggest. Honestly, yeah, it's probably the king of electric type Pokemon. Now, where do I want to put it though? This is going to kind of come down to personal preference on this one. It's, in my opinion, the best of the four. I'm going to put it in the A tier or the B tier. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put... It's definitely not broken, but it's definitely strong. And used the right way, it is an amazing Pokemon. Alright, next is Tapu Lele. This one, they all have an ability... They either have the hidden ability to telepathy, which protects them from teammate attacks, or their own Surge ability. This one has Psychic Surge, which puts out Psychic Terrain. It's a Psychic and Fairy type Pokemon, weak to only Ghost, Poison, and Steel. Its HP is 70, its defense is 75, its speed is decent, but not great. Special attack and special defense for where it shines. But yeah, you're probably... This thing's not going to stay out too long unless you use Calm Mind. It has access to Calm Mind, which will boost its special attack and special defense. You can use Psyshock to take down... Yeah, instead of a normal attack, it can just use Psyshock or Psychic. Yeah, Psyshock and Moonblast are probably going to be its two best attacks. It can also use Thunderbolt and Focus Blast, so it's versatile. Problem is, there are Pokemon on here like freaking Zekrom and Reshiram. I don't feel like it's on the same level with. But then again, it's stronger than some of the Pokemon down here. I'm gonna put Tapu Lele in the C tier. All the Tapus are fairy types, but Psychic is not a great type. Unless it's insanely strong like Mewtwo, in which case it works. Tapu Bulu. Yeah, this one's weird. It's a good wall breaker. It's grass and fairy type. So a good amount of weaknesses: fire, flying, ice, steel, and double weakness to poison. Ugh. Its ability is Grassy Surge, so it sends out a grass terrain. Problem is, there's another Pokemon that does that better, and it's not even legendary. It's a hidden ability, Rillaboom. Yeah, and that one actually works better because Rillaboom can use Fake Out and U-turn. So I can always put the grassy terrain back out again. Now that being said, it actually does have a good amount of attacks. Its go-to attack is probably going to be Horn Leech, which 75% base power, 75 base power, grass type, and it recovers half the damage dealt in HP. So good recovery move. It can also use Close Combat and Stone Edge, and it has access to Swords Dance, so it's pretty strong. But I just don't think it's Tapu Koko strong, so I gotta put it in the B tier, unfortunately, or C tier. Really should label these A, B, C, D. And the last of the Tapus, Tapu Fini, Water and Fairy type. Yeah, Tapu Fini, Water and Fairy type. Misty Surge is its ability, so it sends out a Misty Terrain, which powers up Fairy type attacks. It's actually pretty strong. It has access to its two best attacks. Probably gonna be Scald and Moonblast. You can also use Taunt. It has access to Nature's Madness, which does damage equal to half the target's current HP, so it's kind of like a Super Fang. Yeah, they all have Nature's Madness, but I don't recommend that attack. You can always also Calm Mind and Draining Kiss. So yeah, pretty versatile, pretty strong. Misty Surge helps. I'm gonna put it with the others though in the C tier. Okay, for the record, this one's on here only because it's a pseudo legendary, so type null. Yeah, it has the ability Battle Armor where it can't be struck by critical hits. Other than that, though, I mean it's a good Eviolite user, but its speed is not good. Yeah, so gotta put you down here with your other dog friend. You can have fun there. So it's evolutions where it gets better. This is kind of like a smaller. Yeah, it's kind of like a smaller Arceus is what they were trying to make with Silvally. Its normal type, Arceus system is its ability. This Pokemon is Silvally. Its type changes to match its held memory. Yeah, you're kind of stuck with whatever type you decide to use. That being said, though, it does have some pretty good attacks, like U-Turn, Parting Shot. Its attack multi-attack based on its memory, or whatever disc is equipped to it. That's its type, and it does 90 damage physical. It can use Crunch. It can use Fire Fang. Its go-to attack is probably going to be multi-attack. It can use Swords Dance, so it's a very weird Pokemon, but the problem is I can't find one example where it's on par with other legendaries. So I got to put him down here, unfortunately. I mean, it'd be nice if he could change its type mid-battle, but that does not exist, so yeah, it's just a smaller Arceus with that can use U-Turn. And while we're at it, these two down there too, technically considered legendaries, but they're just not good. Alright, so Solgaleo, Psychic and Steel type. 4 weaknesses, Dark, Fire, Ghost, and Ground. Other than that, though, ability is Full Metal Body, prevents other Pokemon from lowering this Pokemon's stats, so it's kind of like Clear Body. It's got decent attack. It's got decent attacks. It can use its own attack, Sunsteel Strike. Is a Steel type with 100% base power, 100% accuracy. It's got decent stats. HP and attack are good. Speed is decent. It's definitely on par with the other Pokemon in the B list here, so I'm going to put him in the B list. Lunala, Psychic and Ghost type. 2 weaknesses, Dark and Ghost, but that's a double weakness on both. Shadow Shield works like multi-scale. If the Pokemon is at full HP, damage taken from its attack is halved. That's amazing. Defensively, this Pokemon's awesome. Well, special defense is awesome. The normal defense is lacking, but the HP makes up for it. It's going to be mainly defensive. People will run Will-O-Wisp and Hex. It's a very sturdy Pokemon. It can stick around. It's going to take at least 2 kills, and they have to be two strong attacks to kill it. So I'm going to put him on par with Solgaleo. Yeah, basically, Solgaleo's got good attack, but Lunala's more defense, so they're about the same in that respect. Now we're getting into the Ultra Beasts, and I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of these Ultra Beasts, they all have the same ability, Beast Boost. So the Pokemon's highest stat is raised by 1 if its attacks knock out another Pokemon. So for Nihilego, that would probably be either its special attack or special defense stat. It's a poison and rock type, so only a few weaknesses, Psychic, Steel, Water, and then double weakness to Ground. That being said, though, it can actually do well if it's equipped with Black Sludge. That recovers a little bit of HP each turn. Good Power Gem and Sludge Bomb user. You can set Stealth Rocks, which is good. You can also use it as a Meteor Beam sweeper with Power Herb. So yeah, it's got a good amount of attacks, but its defense and its defense stat's 47. That's lower than we talked about another Pokemon that had only 50 defense, and that one I don't even know where we put it. Oh, Hoopa. Yeah, so I'm going to put Nihilego in the D list tier. It's definitely better than some of these other Pokemon down here in the horrible tier. So I kind of feel bad for making that horrible tier, but it had to be made. Next is Buzzwole. Its 2 best stat again. This one again, it's gonna have Beast Boost. Its type is bug and fighting, so weaknesses are fairies, fire, psychic, and double weakness to flying type. Yeah, this thing gets owned by a Pidgey. Attack and defense are its two best stats. Kind of a physical wall. It can bulk up. It can use bulk up to increase those stats more. Has access to Drain Punch, Leech Life, which can recover its HP. It can use Ice Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch, which are good secondary attacks. So very physical, very versatile. But the special defense is only 53. Yeah, a lot of these Ultra Beasts have a glaring weakness. But this one definitely goes up higher on the list. And with Beast Boost, once this thing gets rolling, I can see it doing a lot of damage, so I'm putting it in the B tier. Alright, next one is Pheremosa, which is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game with a 151 speed base. Crazy amount of speed. Its physical attack and special attack are 137. Crazy amount of strength there. It's bug and fighting, same weaknesses as Buzzwole. Also has the Beast Boost ability, so speed will probably be getting boost every time it knocks out a Pokemon. It'll get faster. It has a lot of good attacks. Close combat, low kick, throat chop, triple axle, which is a nice type attack. U-turn, which is probably one of its stronger attacks, also made stronger by the fact that it's a bug type. So it can probably attack, U-turn out before it takes damage, and then bring in something else that has more defense. Yeah, let's see. I'm putting Pheremosa on par with Buzzwole. Xurkitree, solid electric type. Problem is there's better electric types on here. So let's rate this accordingly. Probably it's one of the more balanced of the Ultra Beasts. 173 special attack is insane, but its move pool is lacking. I think it can use... Yeah, its speed is 83, so it's not the fastest Pokemon. It can use Grass Knot, it can use Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, so it's got a good move pool there. Problem is, it'll probably be more of a Choice Scarf user, which relies, basically more speed to do more damage. So, putting Xurkitree... Let's see where I want to put him. I wouldn't put him on... Yeah, I'd probably put him in the C tier. Strong electric type, but if you're going for an electric mono team, probably go with something that's more versatile, like Tapu Koko. Celesteela is this one right here. Let's go down a little bit. Celesteela is Steel and Flying. Only weaknesses are electric and fire. Again, this one's more balanced, but slower. One of the slower Ultra Beasts at 61 speed. Has the ability Beast Boost. Really no way to tell which stat it's going to increase because they're also balanced. 97 HP, 101 base attack, 103 base defense, 107 base special attack, 101 special defense. So however you want to raise that, it's versatile in that respect. They have it, Smogon Universally has a class at like a UU tier, which is not good for legendaries for any of the Pokemon on this list. It can learn, it has access to Heavy Slam, which is a good steel type attack. This thing's, by the way, weighty. So it'll probably do the full damage of Heavy Slam. I can use Flamethrower, Air Slash, Fire Blast, Flash Cannon. I can actually learn Meteor Beam. That's the thing. It's got good defense. That's not the point here. But once it gets into a fight with an electric or fire type, then it's going to have problems. So I'm going to put it in the D list tier, but it's like a high, like a D plus. Yeah, this list is getting pretty big now. Alright, next one is Kartana. I think that's what the name of it. It's like Katana, but Kartana. It's a Steel and Grass type. This is actually one of my favorite of the Ultra Beasts. Its speed is crazy. This thing is a crazy strong Ultra Beast. Speed's 109. That's okay. I use Choice Scarf on it, so that makes its speed crazy. Its attack is crazy. 181 attack base. That's a lot. Holy crap. This thing I've seen this thing in video game championship teams as kind of a late Assault Vest user, kind of a late game sweeper. Its two best attacks are Leaf Blade and Smart Strike. Also has access to Sacred Sword, Aerial Ace. Yeah, you can Choice Band, Choice Scarf it. You can Life Orb it. But yeah, Crazy Strength. Its defense is terrible. No, its defense is good, 131. HP is bad, 59. That's bad. Special defense, 31. That's even worse. The fact that it's a Grass and Steel type means this thing can't even take an Ember attack without falling. It's very weak to fire and weak to fighting, but that's its only weaknesses. So avoid the Blaziken and the Cinderace, and you're good. Yeah, if you can outspeed, I would recommend Choice Scarfing it, just to go for the more speed. But yeah, Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, those are strong, solid attacks. So it's definitely up there. It can hold its own with a lot of these Pokemon, but it cannot take any attacks well. It can't take many attacks well. I'm going to put it on the same, put it on par with Pheremosa and Buzzwole. Alright, next is Guzzlord. That's a Dark and Dragon type. This thing looks like a Doomsday device, or like a Pokemon of the Apocalypse, but it's not. Same deal, Beast Boost. Type is Dark and Dragon, which is not a good type matchup. Weak to Bug, Dragon, Fighting, and Ice, and double weakness to Fairy. Ouch. Its HP is amazing. 223 base HP. The problem is its defense stats are terrible. 53 on special defense and regular defense, so it can't take very many fairy type attacks, and its speed is even less, 43 base. So it's like a tank, but a very squishy tank. And it moves even slower than a normal tank. So it's basically a giant pillow. It's basically a giant plushie. I can just make a big giant plushie and throw them at it. That would be a Guzzlord right there. That being said, though, you can actually get around it with it actually works pretty well on a Trick Room team. But the fact that you have to have a Trick Room to set it up makes it difficult. Its main attack probably Knockoff, which is good. Removes items. Has access to Heavy Slam, Outrage, and Earthquake. It's bad even by tier list. And if I put it on the D list, it's probably going to be a low D. There are better Pokemon. There are better Dark and Dragon types, in all honesty. There are better Dragon types. There are better Dark types. They're on this list. 101 base attack. It's not good. It's a horrible. It's an F, but it's a high F. Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta put it there though. It just cannot take too many attacks. All right, Necrozma has 3 forms. This, and by the way, I don't know who made this list. They kind of messed it up a little bit. This is supposed to be Donwing's Necrozma, which is a fusion of Lunala and Necrozma. This is supposed to be Duskmane Necrozma, which is a fusion of Solgaleo Necrozma. They got the images wrong. I just want to explain that real quick. Alright, regular Necrozma. Straight Psychic type. Has the ability Prism Armor, receives 3/4 of the damage from super effective attacks, so Bug type, Dark type, Ghost type do less damage, which is good. Its stats are interesting. Special attack is 127, normal attack is 107, speed is 79. Yeah, you can basically go either way, physical attacker or special attacker. If you go special attacker, probably use Meteor Beam with Power Herb. So you boost its attack, then have good special attack stats. Then you can use Photon Geyser, Heat Wave. You can also go Dragon Dance with this thing, go physical attacker. This one's kind of all over the place. Yeah, he's not complete yet. Oh yeah, by the way, we have this one too. I'll talk about that one later. But this guy right here, D. Sorry, buddy. He's strong, just not, other Pokemon strong. Alright, Duskmane Necrozma. This one I use on my Uber team. And it's crazy strong, especially when you combine certain things. You can use Dragon Dance and go with Sunsteel Strike, Stone Edge. That's what I do. I Dragon Dance with Sunsteel Strike, Stone Edge, and I think I use Earthquake too on him. Yeah, so you can also use Swords Dance to double boost his attack and not worry about speed, but you're going to want the speed. The speed is only 77 on this thing base. 157 physical attack for Duskmane Necrozma. So he's up there. He's Psychic and Steel type, by the way. He gets Steel type, which really doesn't do him too many favors. Now the question is he broken enough for A tier? You know what? I don't think he is. I'm gonna put him in. Yeah, probably with the same as his counterpart, normal Solgaleo, but he does have access. But he does have better stats. Yeah, it's actually one of the better Steel type users, so I'm gonna put him up here. I might change my mind later on that, but yeah, he is, because there's not a lot of Steel types in the Uber tier of Pokemon. A lot of people they do rely pretty heavily on Duskmane Solgaleo. Also, yeah, mostly as a special defensive and as a Stealth Rock setter. So yeah, I'll give him the A tier because of that. Now Donwing Necrozma, again 77 accurate speed. This one's special attack is 157, crazy amount. It's Psychic and Ghost type, so yeah, I think it retained its typing from regular Lunala. Yeah, it's not as strong as other Ghost types, legendary Ghost types. But it does actually work well as a Trick Room setter. But honestly, I think the regular Lunala might be better with its... I don't know, I guess it really hard to say on this one. Yeah, it's good. It's just I don't think it's A tier. I'm going to put it in the B tier, along with regular Lunala, because that's kind of where it's on par. But there is another Necrozma form that needs to be mentioned. Now, this is Ultra Necrozma. This is something they did in Sun and Moon. You can only use it in Sun and Moon. It bears repeating, though. Okay, so Ultra Necrozma, Psychic and Dragon. This is basically Necrozma when it's put together the right way. HP, okay, so attack and special attack are 167 base. Speed is 129. All of its stats are improved. 97 HP... Actually, no, wait, its defense and special defense went down a little bit. And basically this thing's brought out by having Ultra Necrozium Z attached to it. And then it has to use the Z move. So you have to use a Z move, and then you have to... yeah, I think I might misspoke there, but yeah. Then its ability becomes Neuroforce. This Pokemon's attacks that are super effective against target do they do 25% more damage. Sorry, I had to think about how I wanted to phrase that. 25% more damage. And again, same attacks as other Necrozma forms. Has Photon Geyser. Here's the thing about Photon Geyser. It's a physical attack if the user's attack power is greater, or a special attack if the special attack is greater. So in this case, it could be either one, however you want to raise it. Yeah, you can use Swords Dance. Most people go physical attacker with that, with Photon Geyser, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. So that one gets up. Well, yeah, that one's going to be an Uber tier. But the thing is, the reason I have it on the same par, it's just too strong. It's broken strong. Now that being said, you do have to jump through some hoops in order to get to it. And again, it's only in Sun and Moon. Alright, next is Magearna. Magearna, Steel and Fairy type. Has the ability Steel and Fairy, so only two weaknesses are Fire and Ground. Its ability is Soul Heart. This Pokemon's special attack is raised by one stage when another Pokemon faints. And I notice I said when another Pokemon faints. It's not like Moxie where you have to faint the other Pokemon. So even if the Pokemon is on your team and it faints, basically this thing still gets another increase in special attack. And its special attack is pretty strong, 130 base. Speed is only 65 though. But its defense stats make up for it a little bit. So yeah, mostly you're going to go physically defensive with this thing. Its main attack is going to be Fleur Cannon. It's a Fairy type attack. 130 base. 90% accuracy, but it lowers the target's special attack by 2, which can be crippling for some Pokemon. I can also learn Volt Switch, good. Yeah, most people go Volt Switch. Some people, I think it can learn Pain Split. Let me make sure, though. Yeah, I can learn Pain Split. I can learn Aura Sphere, Flash Cannon. Yeah, definitely strong. I'm definitely going to put it in the upper tiers. Yeah, Steel and Fairy is good bounce type. So yeah, I'll give it the B tier. And it didn't get to A tier because it's not completely broken. The speed keeps it from being up there. Yeah, next is Marshadow, fighting Ghost type. Weirdly, this took a long time to get this combination for fighting Ghosts. Only 4 weaknesses: Fairy, Flying, Ghost, Psychic. It has its own attack called Spectral Thief. Steals the target's boosts before dealing damage, so if they Swords Dance and increase their attack time plus 2 stages, you would get that increase, and then the attack would go through, which is crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, basically a crazy second turn attack. Let's see. Its ability is Technician. This Pokemon's moves of 60 or less increased by 1.5, so any attack that would do 60 damage does 90 damage, and so on and so forth. Spectral Thief is a good attack, but Shadow Sneak is also good, 40 base, and it gets a speed priority. A lot of good attacks. Most people go Low Kick for a fighting type attack. So yeah, it's strong, just not broken strong. I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Okay, Poipole, technically legendary, but Naganadel, better. Yeah, Poison and Dragon type. Special attack is 127 base. Speed is 121 base. All its other stats are 73 base, so It's an Ultra Beast, though, so it does get the Beast Boost ability. And it's Poison and Dragon. Yeah, weaknesses include Dragon, Ground, Ice, and Psychic. Other than that, though, it's a pretty strong Pokemon. It works well with Beast Boost. So basically just rely on speed and special attack stat. With Beast Boost, its special attack stat will probably be going up, so every time you bring down something, it gets stronger, like it needs it. Sludge Wave, probably the best way to go is Nasty Plot, Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, or Draco Meteor. And then it also can use fire attacks like Fire Blast, so that's good coverage. So it's strong. Not going to say, but is it broken strong? I'm going to put it in the B list. It's not quite broken. It's definitely high on that, a high B. Not quite an A. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about why. These other ones, they were strong. They should be up there. Alright, next is Stakataka. I've never used this Pokemon competitively. It's a Rock and Steel type. So, weak to water, double weakness to fighting and ground. That's not an issue. Its defense stats. 211 defense, but only 61 HP. So kind of the opposite of Guzzlord. It's not squishy tank. It's more like a tank with... like a hollow tank, if that makes sense. Special defense is 101, so it can actually take some damage. Its attack stat's 131. Special attack stat 53, so don't rely on that. Its speed is, and I'm not kidding here, base 13. This is, and I'm almost certain, the slowest Pokemon that I will rate tonight, making it great for Trick Room teams. Also, it can use Trick Room. So yeah, Trick Room, but that's about as nice as I can be about it. I mean, it can learn Stone Edge, it can use Gyro Ball effectively, it can use Super Power. Super Power's not even great. Body Press is probably a better attack, yeah. Yeah, it can learn Body Press. But really, though, it requires Trick Room to be viable. And even then, it just doesn't look like it does a lot of damage. I can do Stealth Rock, and that's about it, yeah. So... yeah, sorry, buddy. I mean, he's big, he's slow, he's got some strength, but... yeah, I can't see him being better than horrible. He's kind of in the same pool as Guzzlord. This thing, Blisscephalon. It's a fire and ghost type. Weaknesses: Dark, Ghost, Ground, Rock, Water. Special attack is 151. Speed is 107. Does not have good defense or HP. Most people use it as a choice scarf or choice spec user. It has some good attacks, not gonna lie. Shadow Ball, Flamethrower are kind of the way you want to go. I think there is like one attack it has. Let me look this up. But I advise against using it. Mind Blown, yeah. It has an attack. It's a fire attack called Mind Blown. User attacks everything around it, causing its own head to explode. And it also damages the user. This thing doesn't have a lot of HP to begin with. And then it has a freaking blowback attack. So if you're okay with freaking Kamikaze Ghost, go for it. Other than that, though, if you want it to last, like really do some damage, protect it a little bit, use smarter attacks like Flamethrower or Shadow Ball. Other than that, though, it doesn't have a lot of good attacks. Mostly Ghost and Fire. Yeah, so mainly Ghost and Fire attack user. And then I guess you can go Kamikaze with Mind Blown if you want. So yeah, it's a glass cannon. Does a lot of damage, but will not last long. Yeah, he's strong, he's fast, kind of fast. Yeah, it's offensive stats. It's too strong. Even as a glass cannon, though, it's too strong for me to put in anything lower than a B. Yeah, if you want to make it effective with Beast Boost, definitely go either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs. And then just wreck everything. Next is Zeraora. Strong electric type Pokemon, so only weakness is ground. Has the ability Volt Absorb, so immune to electric attacks and recovers HP when hit by an electric attack. Speed is 143. That's awesome. Attack 112. That's great. Most people recommend bulk up with, and it has its own attack called Plasma Fist. Basically, any normal type attack used that turn becomes electric. So, hypothetically, if I use Plasma Fist, if Zeraora uses Plasma Fist, and then gets attacked with something like, I don't know, like a Mega Punch or any normal type attack, that becomes an electric type attack, and Volt Absorb kicks in. So now it's not only immune to electric, but it's also immune to normal type attacks. Not going to see much. I haven't seen Plasma Fist be used too much effectively, but it's 100 base power and 100% accuracy, which is awesome. It's going to be its go-to electric attack. You can also use Close Combat. Yeah, so it's got, I think it can use Blaze Kick. I think it can use Play Rough, so it's got a good number of attacks. But as far as electric types go, I'm thinking... Yeah, its special defense and defense stats are not great, and its HP won't allow it to last long. Kind of crossed on this one. Yeah, best way to go is to bulk up with it, but I'm saying it's probably on par with Xurkitree. So C list, C tier. All right, technically legendary, but it has an evolution. Let's look at its evolution. Melmetal. Steel, so straight steel type. Only weaknesses are fighting, fire, and ground. A lot of these Pokemon you can take out with fire, fighting, and ground types. God. Let's see. HP. Its HP, its attack, and its defense are crazy. 143 base for attack and defense. 135 HP. Ability is Iron Fist. Any punch base move has its power increased by 20%. So Thunder Punch becomes, let me do the calculations real quick. Normally 75 multiplied by 20%, becomes 90. Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch become 90. It has its own move called Double Iron Bash, which counts as a punching move. Hits the target twice, 30% chance to make the target flinch, and 60 base power. So that's 60 damaging attacks. That's 120 plus the 20% multiplier. Hold on. So 2 attacks that do 72 damage. That's 144. Also, it's a steel type, so it gets the same type attack boost. 2 steel type attacks of 108. So 216 damage from Double Iron Bash alone. Holy crap. And it also has a Gigantamax effect. Yeah, let me read what the Gigantamax... I forget what it does. It's a Gigantamax attack. Is G-Max Meltdown. A steel-type attack that Gigantamax Melmetal uses. The move makes the opponent incapable of using the same move twice in a row, so becomes so attacks, does 140 physical damage or special damage, and basically has a torment attached to it also. So a lot of ways you can go with this guy. A lot of people, I recommend using Thunder Wave with him because his speed is only 34. Slow down the other Pokemon, give him a chance to catch up. Probably go double Iron Bash, then either Ice Punch or Thunder Punch. Then Earthquake. Earthquake is strong. Has access to Earthquake, superpower. But he is slow and his special defense is lacking. So he's good. We need a good Steel type, but he's slow. Very slow. So I'm crossed on this one. Feeling closer. I don't know. Okay, if I put him in B, it's a low B. But he's bulky. He's really bulky. But he won't be able to, like a good fire attack can probably bring him down in 1 or 2 shots. Let me get a second opinion on this one. Hold on. Oh, Assault Vest. There you go. Okay. Yeah, if you Assault Vest him, then yeah. Equip Assault Vest to him. Gives him a 50% increase in special defense, so that takes care of that. You won't be able to Thunder Wave, unfortunately, so that's what you're sacrificing. God, he's so bulky. Yeah, man, he's a low B. He's a low B or a high C. I gotta go low B. Alright, next is Zacian. Now, 2 forms of Zacian, because one is the Crown form, where he has the Rusted Sword equipped to him. Same with Zamazenta, so we're going to go through both forms. Base form Zacian. Base form Zacian is strong. He's got speed 138, attack of 130. Really, his defense stats and his HP make up so allow him to stick around for a while. Yeah, he's strong, but the Crown form is probably stronger. So and honestly, I can't see many people using him without. If you're going to use him without the Rusted Sword, you're probably going to use him as a Choice Scarf or Choice Band user. In which case, he's way better, but I'm putting Zacian in the A tier, and we're going to get to the Crown form, which is even more ridiculous. So basically, his ability is Intrepid Sword. Switch in the Pokemon's attack, so he already gets attack increase by 1 just by coming out of his Pokeball. His his Crown form boosts his attack from 130 to 170. His speed from 138 to 148, and that's about it. But still, he's already strong. He's already ridiculously strong. And he just breaks through everything. I've seen this thing dominate video game tournaments. They won't even allow Zacian in the Uber tier now. But yeah, so I got he's just crazy strong. Every stream, I see someone using a freaking Zacian. Same with Xerneas. Geomancy Xerneas. He has Behemoth Blade, which is 100 base power, 100 accuracy, Steel type attack, and that power doubles if the Pokemon is Dynamaxed. He has access to Swords Dance. If you Swords Dance on a Zacian, that's it. You don't have to worry about any attack. You don't have to worry about second attack. This thing blows through everything in one attack. If you don't believe me, you can also learn Close Combat and Play Rough and Wild Charge. That covers almost everything. So yeah, it will basically run through anything as Zacian with Swords Dance and already boosted from Intrepid Sword. All right, that's why it gets that's what it takes to get into the A tier. All right, Zamazenta. So this one is with the defense equivalent of Zacian. On switch in, this Pokemon's defense is raised by 1 stage. Dauntless Shield. On switch in, the Pokemon's defense is raised by 1 stage, which is great. But it's only the defense, not the special defense. Let me be clear about that. It would be great if it was both, but no. Yeah, basically, if you're not going to equip him with the Rusted Shield, then you probably just have to go Choice Band. Choice Band actually probably works better. He's a straight fighting type. So close combat, crunch, psychic fangs, wild charge, iron head, ice fang, whatever you want to use. I'm going to put him in the B tier. Oh, yeah, B tier. Okay, so crown form, he has Rusted Shield equipped to him. He has... Let me see how much more defense. 145 defense, 145 special defense. So 30 increase in both defenses. And that's about it. Oh, he loses 10 speed. Yeah, he's not as broken as Zacian, but he's still very strong. He becomes fighting in steel type, by the way. I forgot about that. He has his own attack, Behemoth Bash, 100 base power, 100% accuracy, doubles if the Pokemon's Dynamaxed. But he's kind of watered down basically less attack than Zacian. And not as fast. And his only stat boosting move, attack boosting move is Howl. So that works good, and it works good on a team because that Howl also increases your partner's attack. It's not as strong as Crown Zacian, so that's why he gets the B tier. Still very strong though. Eternatus. Okay. If you play Pokemon Sword and Shield all the way through until the credits roll, you've gotten this Pokemon. You probably caught it in a normal Pokeball too. Poison and Dragon. So its only weaknesses are Dragon, Ground, Ice, and Psychic. Its HP, Special Attack, Speed are all really good. You can go a number of different ways with this one. You can go Black Sludge and try to play defensive. You can equip it with Black Sludge and try to play defensive. You can equip it with Power Herb and use it with Meteor Beam and then just do crazy amount of damage. You can use attacks like Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower. It has its own attack it has 2 attacks, but one of them is worth mentioning. Dynamax Cannon. 100 base power, 100% accuracy. It's a Dragon type attack, and the damage doubles if the target is Dynamaxed. So, yeah, and a lot of Dragon types... I'm trying to think which Dragon types have Dynamax. Well, anyone can Dynamax, but any Dragon can Dynamax. I think some Dragons have a Gigantamax. Duraludon has a Gigantamax. Okay. Point is it's strong. It's strong, and then you can use Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb. You can also use Toxic. It actually learns Toxic. You can use Cosmic Power to boost its defense stats. You can use Recover on it. It has straight Recover. A lot of ways you can go. Very versatile. But I wouldn't think it's quite A tier. I don't think it's quite broken. Because it has... It's not ridiculously slow. I'm thinking maybe was I wrong putting Mewtwo up there? No. I don't know. Mewtwo's just versatile though. Mewtwo's fast. Mewtwo's stats are crazy. Again, not even gonna entertain this one. Get in there, buddy. Sorry, Cubfu. There is one thing I will say about Cubfu. As soon as you get one and you have Pokemon Home and you're trying to complete the National Dex in Pokemon Home, take it, switch it into the game, and then you can move it back out just so you can get it in that National Pokedex in the game, because other than that though, you're going to have to find another one. So if you want to just get that Pokedex entry, that's like the last one that most people get because they keep forgetting to register it in the game. And then we got 2 Urshifus. We got the Rapid Strike and the Strong Style. So we'll go Rapid Strike first. Rapid Strike is fighting in water, good type. Its weaknesses are Electric, Fairy, Flying, Grass, and Psychic, so... Yeah, but he is... Both Urshifus have the same stats, by the way. 100 HP, 100 defense, 97 speed, 130 attack. So yeah, they're strong. Rapid Strike, Urshifu has Surging Strikes. 3, it's a water attack, does 25 damage, but it hits 3 times in a row, and they're critical hits. Critical hit, I'm trying to think, the boost is 50%, so 25, 30, 37. 37.5. Let me get the calculator. 25 times 1.5. And then the same type attack boost. So 56. So 3 attacks, 56.25 damage each. 168.75 damage from just that attack. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. Also, it kind of gets around other like attacks, abilities like, it blows through abilities like multi-scale. The first attack is the only one that counts. That'll count, and then it does 2 normal attacks. It gets through. Crap! It gets through. Why am I blanking? Oh, Mimikyu's decoy. It gets through that. Ice Q's weird ice block thing. They also have the ability. Also, both Urshifus have the ability Unseen Fist. All contact moves hit through protection. So protect, detect. King Shield, no thank you. They just get through right through them, not even a thing. Yeah, I've seen them in video game championships for the last few years. Most of the Rapid Strike, though, is going to use Focus Sash mainly. Just so it can at least hit twice. Has access to Aqua Jet in close combat and Detect. So it's up there. He's strong. I'm not sure how strong, though. I'm going to put him in the B tier list just because he is strong, but not as strong as frigging Zacian. Now, strong style Urshifu. Fighting in Dark type. 3 weaknesses. Fighting, flying, and then a double weakness to fairy types. If you can get around that, though, this thing is crazy strong. Yeah, same stats as the other Urshifu. It has its own attack called Wicked Blow. Dark type, 80% base power. It's always a critical hit, so it's 120 damage, plus the same type attack boost. So yeah, 180, I think. Yeah. After the critical hit calculation. Also has access to close combat, U-turn, stone nudge. Yeah. Strong. This thing's strong. We get it. But the problem is, I might rate it above the other Urshifu if it wasn't for the the weakness to fairy type attacks. So yeah, he's strong, like really strong. It still has Unseen Fist, but not quite Zacian strong. Not quite Mewtwo strong. Actually, this thing could bring down a Mewtwo easily. Yeah, Dark type protects it from Psychic type attacks, but it comes at a cost. Again, also used in I've seen it in video game championship teams with close combat, Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, and also Sucker Punch. Crap, that might set it over the edge. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, its speed though, it's 97, so it can be outspeed. It's not too hard to outspeed it. If you're gonna use this thing, I recommend just going all out on speed if you can. It might even be safe to choice Spand it or choice Scarf it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him in the B tier. But he's a high B, and I would definitely give him a little bit of an edge over the other Rapid Strike Urshifu. Next one, Zarude. This one's tough because its type is Grass and Dark, which gives it a lot of weaknesses. Fairy, Fighting, Fire, Flying, Ice, Poison, and double weakness to Bug. 7 weaknesses, so yeah. And its defense stats are not great. Basically, it probably won't take more than 2 attacks to bring this thing down. I'll be surprised if it takes more than that. Now that being said, his attack stat's probably the best thing to go with. His speed stat works. He has access to Power Whip and Darkest Lariat, 2 strong attacks. He has his own attack called Jungle Healing, User and allies healed 1/4 maximum HP and cures their status, which is good, but it's not going to last too long because of those weaknesses. His ability Leaf Guard, if Sunny Day is active, the Pokemon cannot be affected by status conditions, so it can't be hit by hypnosis, paralyzation, poison. Yeah, none of that will work. But that doesn't help it too much. Yeah, really, it's gonna just get hit by a freaking Fire Blast, or even a U-turn attack might bring it down. Yeah, so there's not a lot of ways you can go. Jungle healing, but it's nice to have. So yeah, unfortunately, I would be tempted to put him here if his stats weren't as good as they are. He actually has decent stats, so it's a low, probably about the same. Yeah, low D. In the DLC for Sword and Shield, they had new forms of the 3 legendary birds. Kind of interesting how we started with the legendary birds. Now we're getting closer to the end and we're finishing with them. Almost finishing. Galarian Articuno, Psychic and Flying. So, Dark, Electric, Ghost, Ice, Rock are its weaknesses. Its ability Competitive. If the Pokemon's special attack stat is raised by this Pokemon's special attack is raised by 2 stages for each of its stats that is lowered by a foe. So, someone uses Growl, its special attack goes up 2... Now, Galarian Articuno's special attack goes up by 2 stages. And special attack is already pretty high at 125 base power. It's not that great. It's pretty balanced in stats, but it kind of relies pretty hard on competitive. It has access to Future Sight, Hurricane. It can use U-turn and recover. Has its own attack called Freezing Glare. 10% chance to freeze the target. 90 base power, which is good. It's Psychic type attack. It can use Shadow Ball, but of all the Psychic types, we have Mewtwo, we have Deoxys, we have Hoopa, we have all these different Psychic type Pokemon, and Galarian Articuno just doesn't really measure up. It's cool to have like flying type, like Hurricane, but Hurricane's only 70% accuracy without Rain Dance. So D. Yeah, I got to put him in the D list, and I think I'm being nice. Galarian Zapdos. Alright, this one's better. His ability Defiant. Pokemon's attack is raised by 2 stages whenever one of its stats lowered by a foe. Just like competitive, but with physical attack. Now, he's a fighting and flying type. So, weaknesses, Electric, Fairy, Flying, Ice, Psychic. So, more weaknesses than his counterpart, but still good. Because of the fact that its attack is crazy strong and its speed is... Yeah, it's about the same. It basically traded its special attack stat for its physical attack stat, so... Every other stat's about the same as normal Zapdos, but it's not electric. It's fighting and flying. So it has access to Brave Bird, Close Combat. It has its own attack called Thunderous Kick. 100% chance of lowering the target's defense by 1 stage. 90 power. Fighting type attack. So that's good over... I'm not sure if you want to use that over Close Combat. Well, if you're gonna go choice band user, most people go choice band. Yeah, you use the choice band on him and then just crazy attacks. Brave Bird, Close Combat. You can also use Stomping Tantrum, just to have a ground type attack. Yeah, it has a ground type. It's not great, but it helps, and it can use U-turn. So if things aren't going the way you like, you can get the heck out of there. It's strong. It's good with Defiant. I'm not sure though. I would go much stronger than that. I'm giving it the edge over Articuno, but not quite the as good as its original. Just because the original has electric type attacks. Galarian Moltres. This one, Pokemon's special attack is raised by 1 when it reaches half or less of its max HP. That sounds kind of cool. Special attack stat is 100 base and special defense is 125 base. Pretty balanced. Yeah, it actually so dark and flying type, by the way. Some of these types are weird. The best way I've found to go to work with it is to use either Nasty Plot or Agility, just to make up for... Agility gives it more speed. Nasty Plot gives it more special attack stat. You're probably going to need one or the other. Berserk helps because eventually it will take damage. So what you want to do is either boost with one of those attacks. Berserk will kick in probably next turn. And then it has its own attack called Fiery Wrath. It's a dark type move. 20% chance to make make your opponent flinch with 90 base power. So that's good. Fiery Wrath. Also can use Hurricane or Air Slash. I would go Air Slash, which 30% chance to make your opponent flinch. Yeah. A lot of flinching going on here. Hard to say on this one. Zapdos got the C list. This one, I feel like, yeah, it's probably about the same as the other Moltres. The Berserk helps, but it has to take damage and it has to stay alive. That's the big deal. It has to stay alive in order for Berserk to work. Berserk to work. And we're getting back to the Reggies. The two new Reggies. First, Regieleki. Electric type, obviously. Electric type, but its speed is crazy fast. 200 speed. Does it need to be that fast? I say yes. Its move pool is extremely limited. You can mainly use electric type attacks. I think it has extreme speed. It has Electro Web, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. But really, it's just going to be an electric special attacker, so just equip it with Magnet. It can use Reflect and Light Screen, so that's good. And also has the ability Transistor. I forgot about that. Pokemon's attacking stat is multiplied by 1.5 when using electric type attack. So yeah, so either physical or special. So it gets a 50% increase in power, making Electro Web powerful. Can lower the opponent's speed, making Thunderbolt deadly, turning Thunder crazy strong. Volt Switch, good, because it just attacks, probably knocks out the Pokemon, and gets the heck out of there. So a lot of good you can do with this one. The problem is it doesn't have good defense or special defense stats, and its HP is lacking. So it'll probably be around 1 or 2 turns. Focus Sash if you want the guaranteed 2 turns. Yeah, he's definitely up there. I'm putting him... it's not broken. But the thing is, it's an electric type. It's an electric type, so if it hits a ground type move, basically its real threat is ground types. And even then, I mean, it's strong, it's just not... I don't know about this, hold on. I use one on my doubles team with Groudon. In case I run into any water types or flying types that I'm afraid of. Yeah, I think it's good right there. Yeah. Yeah, 200 speed, I mean, it's going to outspeed anything. So, unless that thing has a choice scarf, so yeah, probably. It's not deadly, it's just really fast. I mean, it can be deadly. Just not broken. Alright, Reggie Drago. This one's a different story. 200 HP. Dragon-type Pokemon. 100 attack, 100 special attack base. Speed is 80 base, so it's more balanced than the other Reggie. The problem is it's 200 HP, but it's the same problem as Guzzlord. 200 HP, but only 50 defense and special defense base. Which means... even with all that HP, it doesn't matter. It's not blocking too much with its defense stats. Ability is Dragon's Maw. Same deal. Powers multiplied by 50% when using a Dragon-type attack. Has the attack Dragon Energy. So it's kind of like Eruption. The less power as user's HP decreases. So it has 150 base, but that goes down when it loses HP. So you're probably going to have to stick with the Choice Scarf to get the effect out of that. Then you can either use Dragon Pulse, Dragon Meteor, and then Explode. It's not great. It's a great Dragon type, but you switch into a Fairy and it eats it. It does not do anything. Like, he's good, but I just didn't realize. I just wish he would had other attacks. So I gotta put him. Like, I put him above Guzzlord because he's not as slow. He's a little bit faster, 80 speed. And then finally, we have Calyrex. I didn't do the other forms of Calyrex because it's Calyrex. Obviously, if you're using Calyrex, there are a lot of ways you can go with Calyrex. Also, the template I used only had one Calyrex, so... So basically, let's talk about it. Basically, if you're using Calyrex, you're using either the Shadow form or the Ice form, as one with Glastrier, where it has Chilling Neigh and Unnerve, or as one with Spectrier, where it has Grimneigh and Unnerve. And Grimneigh boosts, I think, boosts its special attack one stage when it defeats something, and Spectrier, and then Glastrier boosts its attack by one stage whenever it defeats something. So Calyrex Ice and Calyrex Shadow. Calyrex Ice has Psychic and Ice type. Calyrex Shadow has Psychic and Ghost type. The thing is stats are crazy. I mean, if you look at these stats on both Calyrex forms, Calyrex Ice is 165 attack base, 150 defense base. The only problem is its speed is only 50, but most people just use this thing on a Trick Room team anyway. Yeah, this thing is like, if you see a Calyrex with Ice form, you can already understand it's going to be it's going to be a Trick Room. Also, I don't know why they didn't put the Glastrier and Spectrier on here too, so... Because I kind of wanted to rate them both, but I've been talking for 3 hours now. I can't go any longer. We're putting in the A tier, and that's just all of them. The Calyrex, the Spectrier, the Glastrier, the Fusions, get them all in there. And that is that. Wow, my voice is gone. So that was our tier list. Let me know what you think about it in the live chat. Wow, I'm taking a look at this thing. I'm gonna definitely take a picture of it. But yeah, let me know in the live chat. I probably had to make 3 videos out of this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything I did wrong in any of the 3 videos. But yeah, we're gonna do more tier lists because these are fun. If they don't drain my voice, I'm probably not gonna do as big as this one. Holy crap! That is gonna wrap things up for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to Tim Plays Game, and stay tuned for more tier list videos. Maybe, just saying, when my voice recovers. Till next time, this is Tim for Tim Plays Game signing off, and have a good night, guys.